Congratulations, Kris, on your appointment as head coach of Bristol Ladies Rugby.
Thank you very much. Exciting times.
It is. I mean, we've poached you from Canada. What is it that attracted you to come here to sunny Bristol from Vancouver?
Well, you know, it's the draw of the Super League and the draw to come back to somewhere where I started, where my roots are. It really, really appealed to me. Now, obviously, post 2014 World Cup, with England winning against Canada in the final, saw such a massive growth here and such a massive growth in Canada and globally with women's rugby. Everyone's been waiting for something spectacular to happen, and this Super League is it, I think. And to be involved in it, and have the opportunity to be involved in it, is just impossible to not go for it, you know.
You talk about the growth of women's rugby. I mean, you've been involved in the sport coaching for the last 20, nearly 30 years, not to date you too much, but you've seen that progression from sort of the middle 90s to where we are now. It is an exciting time for the sport.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's been some massive growth, and you can pinpoint where they are, and the very, very well-run Rugby World Cups, the Nation Cups, the way World Rugby have supported the growth of women's rugby globally, and the way the leading nations have not been insular. They've said, okay, we need to grow the sport all over the place. And, you know, I think the way that's developed has made the game more acceptable, has made the game more challenging, has made the game more fun.
You've got a number of internationals in your team that are going to be involved in the World Cup this summer. Yeah. How are you going to be able to sort of build towards the start of the season, because there are a lot of things still up in the air with this new Super League? There are a lot of challenges. That's a great point. This international year is huge. There are so many commitments, not just the World Cup, the preparation for the World Cup. Right now, the players are in New Zealand for the Test series against Australia and Canada and of course New Zealand, and then the World Cup. And it's going to be a challenge for them when they come back and step into what we're creating. But it's a challenge that I'm sure that they're going to cope with. For us, it's a challenge to bring everyone else up to that international level. The ladies do have a great setup at Cleve Rugby Club, which is their base, their training base and their competitive base. And I guess it's that grassroots development that is exciting, to be able to show the youngsters that are coming into your squad and your team, look, there are these internationals, there is this international pathway. So I guess you're going to be focusing on bringing some of those younger players on to be able to provide the stopgap for when these players are away on international duty.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and the catchment area Bristol have is huge, and recognising the hubs down in Exeter with the colleges, the ACE programmes, with SGS, with Filton. There's going to be a huge opportunity for girls to come into to rugby in the area, and there's going to be some great partnership programs for community involvement, and for a real pathway for those girls to take on rugby as a choice sport in their late teens and when they become adults.
Well, I know you coached in Australia and Randwick with Eddie Jones as well. I think you had him as someone to learn off. What are some of your coaching philosophies?
So I had the chance to learn from some great mentors, and I think bringing those experiences plus my Italian experience plus my Canadian experience working with diversity in cultures, diversity within both the men's and the women's games, I think all that is going to be brought into the coaching style and the coaching ethos of the group of coaches.
You've had a quick look around Ashton Gate, and it has changed somewhat from when you were here last.
Absolutely. I was 14 last time I was here, and it has changed dramatically, and it's a spectacular place. And I think Bristol Sport, with their partnerships and what they're offering, the opportunity that's being offered is fantastic, and I'm not sure this has ever been in place before, and you know what, it's going to be a massive thing to partner maybe in some games here, and the chance to share experiences, as we were saying, with Pat Lamb and the coaching staff that are coming through, and you know, and the chance to be part and parcel of this group is going to be very, very good.